again, notice that had been slightly, it's 8 seconds over 15 minutes, so hopefully I won't have to edit it, but if I do I'll just snip a bit out somewhere, give me a chance to light the smoke. Pointing the camera down a bit. Stay, camera, stay. Right, that'll do. See cattail. Where was I? Trying to get something to register on the tuner, but it's not really having it because I think the battery's probably on its way out. It's been in there for about 10 years. So I'll carry on and try and just tune it to itself by ear, so it might be a little bit out of pitch. All those people out there now who've got pitch perfect hearing and be like, wow, what are you doing? Wow. It's punk, man, it's jazz. Oh dear, it's flat. There's football pancakes. So this is why pretend musicians like myself have gadgets that break when you drop gadgets like tuning devices, so that we can cheat and not have to tune by ear. But it just does not want to register. And again, we're sort of talking about like the slackness of strings and how they go over time. That's what usually happens as they wear out. They lose their tensile strength and tone and resonance. By the feel of how slack the keys are, I think I must have slackened them off before I put it away in the case, which is always a good idea if you leave an instrument, a stringed instrument, over a long period of time. Not totally loose, but just loosen them slightly so that it relieves the pressure on the neck, so that if you're leaving it stood there for a long time, it's not pulling as much tension. Oh god, that sounds awful. Maybe I'm going to get a harmony out of it. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that via the webcam. A really, that tinny rattle. There's no harmonic left in that at all. Near enough. You'd probably hear it if I had it plugged in. I think, considering I spent 30 quid on them, I should really put the new strings on, shouldn't I? Here's a fat B. No, that won't even register either. Okay. Have new strings, we'll use. Well, you know, if you're still watching this, you obviously must be interested in bass guitars or something like that, or you just stalking and you're determined to watch every minute of whatever I've uploaded so you can make sure what I've been saying, what I've been doing. Yeah, there's an immense amount of musical talent on the internet in general, obviously, but YouTube as well. There's some fantastic musicians out there. You know, besides all the ones that have got record deals and are well-known bands and whatever the fuck else, just people who are doing it because they love it, or if they're doing it to show off their ability to try and get a gig, or get into a band or whatever. And you'll find musical instruments of all kinds, even things that you might not have considered to be a musical instrument, homemade instruments, stuff like that. It's one of the reasons why when people, I think it's one of those ageist, romanticist delusions that they think, oh, there's no good music anymore, there's no good musicians anymore, oh, they were only when I was young. And so that's just not true at all. If you bother to spend a bit of time and have a look around, you'll find there's a hell of a lot of good stuff out there. It's just that, as per usual, trying to be careful while I'm unwinding these strings, as per usual with the big beast system, commodifying, commercialist, consumptive, consumerist machine that it is, they'll quite happily keep selling you the same old dross, the same old beats, the same old patterns, the same old tones, the same old licks, repeated lyrics, repeated songs. I'm all for people doing cover songs, especially when they put their own version out there. They alter it slightly or they play it in a completely different way or whatever. Yeah, that's great, because it's a new way to look at something. But I'm really just not into the mass-produced, what I call mental fluff, mental bubblegum. I've got a metronome over there somewhere, so half the time I feel like I'd rather just stick the metronome on ticking than listen to some of the mass-produced music that they churn out, because it's the same effect from that. However, my clock makes a fair amount of noise. People have commented on it before. They can hear it in the background, and so I'd rather just listen to the clock ticking. Or silence. Silence is golden, golden. Yeah. I think I might keep these strings as spares. Something else you'll probably end up doing if you're a musician. You'll end up with a bag full of bits and bobs of spare strings and stuff like that. This might take a while, so if you're bored, talk amongst yourselves. Why don't you turn off your TV set and go and do something less boring instead? This B string does not want to leave. Mind your face, cat. You don't want a cat with a string in the face. It'd give me an opportunity to give the fretboard a clean over as well. Luckily, as I said, it's showing no signs of rusting, which is good. The frets, if you've got a fretted instrument, the frets are usually some kind of nickel coating or something like that. If it's a decent quality instrument, not something that you bought out of a catalogue shop. 50 quid instrument out of a catalogue shop is good for a beginner to start learning on, but if they develop a taste for it and, you know, get into it, have an aptitude for it, whatever, then really you need to invest a bit of money to buy a quality instrument. Unless of course you're going the route of the kind of homemade instruments, you know, or you're just using whatever you have around you to create music with, and obviously you don't need to do that. Or learn to make them yourself. Something I always sort of having a go at was the old cigar box guitar or bass, a cigar box 2-string bass. But yeah, it's another one of those things where it's an idea of something I'd like to have a go at some point when I get the chance, and enough intention to actually put the energy in to do it. But as we all, or most of us know, there's always lots of other stuff going on in the world. There's always stuff going on. Looks like I need my moob training bra on again. Don't worry, it's not much time to go, and I might actually chop this video completely, considering it's going to end up being another 15-minute video of me just waffling and taking strings off. Shall I keep this video? Is there really much point in keeping this video? Maybe we should take a vote on it and let the audience decide. Yeah, there's people having competitions and stuff. You know, there's me thinking, well, you know, how about let's just have a viewer vote on this video. I suppose that's what the like and dislike is for on YouTube, and although somebody ought to tell some of the YouTube uploaders, it's like, look mate, you got 10 times as many down votes as you've got up votes, maybe you should get rid of the video. But then is that doing Camel Face's job for him and censoring free speech? Well, it's just another one of those silly circular debates, isn't it? Round and round and round. A bit like these strings. The strings on the bass go twang and twang, twang and twang, diddly bop twang. Strings on my bass go twang and twang. But only when they're not old and knackered, because then they just go. I don't think that would make a very good chorus. The strings on the bass go. If you're still watching this, you must be a bass player. Don't worry, nearly there. I'll take this last string off and then I'll have to stop and start a new video and put in the new strings on, and hopefully we can get them tuned in. Tune me in. Ow. But, oh, last one. 1, 8. Cat, don't play with the bass strings. You know they're sharp. My cat is a little bit crazy. Her proper name is Mogwai the Insane. I'll just leave it at that. Alright, that's last string off. I'll be back with another video shortly.